Hey guys, Harley here with BlastoffComics.com for another episode of The Landing Pad. I don't know if you can tell who I'm talking about today. It's Harley Quinn. Basically my favorite character. I was so excited when they told me I could finally do this. Harley originated in the Batman animated series in 1992 in the episode called Joker's Favor. Paul Dini and Bruce Timm were the ones who actually created her character because they felt like the Joker kind of needed somebody else with him, kind of a sidekick. And then she became such a great character that all of the directors of the animated series wanted to use her. Harley ended up being in almost every episode with the Joker after that, as well as having a lot of her own episodes. They actually explained her origin story originally in the comics, so it was actually in Mad Love. Now Harley, if you didn't know, of course, was a psychiatrist who was interning at Arkham Asylum and was studying the Joker, fell in love with her patient, and went a little crazy. But one thing I really like about her is the fact that she actually has a lot of redeemable qualities for a villain. Her only issue is that she just is madly in love with the wrong man. Harley's comic debut, of course, was in Mad Love in '94, but then they actually took Mad Love and adapted it into an episode of the animated series in '96. So then you actually had all of the viewers who maybe didn't read that comic see where she came from. Also, Holiday Nights was another one that was adapted from a comic book to be an episode, which also was a great one, where her and Ivy use Ivy's lipstick, that is like hypnotic lipstick, to get Bruce Wayne to take them on a giant shopping spree. So funny, there's this whole part where they're all posing, like in the different clothes. That's great. So Harley and Ivy, that is probably one of my favorite episodes. It's where Harley and Ivy first meet. Now Harley's been kicked out by the Joker again, but this time instead of her crying and being upset, she gets all angry. She's like, you know what? I'm not gonna take it anymore. And she's getting angry and she runs off and she's like, I'm gonna show the Joker that I can do it on my own. So she goes to try to rob, I think it's a museum. She's trying to basically steal some big jewels. And at the same time, Ivy is trying to do the same thing. And so at first they're like, hey, what are you doing here? This is my job. But then eventually they actually work together and then they run off together. And it was a smart thing for the producers and the directors and everybody to do, because all of a sudden she was her own person. She was working not as a sidekick to Ivy, they definitely worked very evenly together. And then you also had these two badass chicks running around, and they actually capture Batman. Like, they successfully capture him, which, how many times has the Joker really done that? So you always have the back and forth between Harley with the Joker and Harley with Ivy, but having Harley and Ivy just made her much more solid. You saw her without him. You always want to see the chick alone being tough. She is kind of really endearing for a villain. She's really cute. She's definitely a character that shouldn't be underestimated because she actually does have a genius IQ. So Harley finally got her own comic book run in 2001, where she got to go off on her own and she kind of had her own gang, and her and Poison Ivy, of course, have amazing adventures and go to Metropolis. It's crazy. And she's still in that classic outfit, just being Harley. And even in those, the character that Paul Dini and Bruce Timm created, you still see that base of that character there, and it's great. And even the new series, where she does have the different costume, because she was in Suicide Squad as one of the characters, she's been adapted to that. And her new outfit is obviously more like what she wears in Suicide Squad, but I like in the new run that they keep, again, still the core Harley. The emotional, feels bad for their people, cries Harley Quinn that we all, let's be real, know and love. We love Harley that way. Also, she was in the comic run of Gotham Girls, which was an awesome run as well. Definitely took the art more from the Bruce Timm style of artwork from the animated series, but it had Catwoman, Batgirl, Harley, Poison Ivy, all of the girls of Gotham having adventures. I think that with Harley, and especially with Harley and Ivy, it definitely has more of the female strength because neither of them are very physically intimidating. They're both very smart, which is why Harley is such a good character and why Ivy and Harley are so good together. I like in the new series, there's a page where Poison Ivy, because you know Poison Ivy's totally in love with Harley, she's there and Harley is asleep, and it's this really beautiful art spread, and she goes up to Harley and kisses her on the cheek, and it's like, oh, my cute little psychopath, and you're just like, oh. It almost makes you want Harley to leave the Joker, but you know it's never gonna happen. She only has eyes for one man. Thanks again, guys, for watching this episode of The Landing Pad, especially about my favorite character. Again, you can follow us either at BlastoffComics.com or you can come into the shop here in North Hollywood. Till next time, Puddin'.